again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are having the most amazing day ever so far, and thank you so much for joining me here today. Today is a very special speed build. It is part of a collaboration between myself and a bunch of other amazing simmers. We are redoing Windenburg, which is the world that I believe shipped with Get Together, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I've built in this world, and honestly I had such fun building this cabin for this collaboration. And initially I was kind of kicking myself a little bit because I chose to build on this lot. So we each got to choose the lot that we wanted to build on. I decided to go with this one, thinking it was a really good idea. And this is my probably 5th or 6th attempt at actually building something on this lot. Everything that I was doing just wasn't how I imagined it. And so I actually started this last night, so on the night of the 17th of December. The deadline's tomorrow, so I'm cutting it really fine, but I just work better under pressure. And I started it over like 5 times, and then I went to bed last night. I woke up this morning and I was like, I think I want to do like a winter sort of cabin. And I had a look on some images on Pinterest and I found this one that really piqued my interest, so I tried to just recreate that to the best of my ability, as well as adding some of my own sort of flair onto the build. So really happy with how this one came out. You guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments down below. But I'm just thinking now that this is potentially going to be the second to last Christmas build of the year. I do have a build set up ready for next week, which is going to be a large generations family home, and then I'll probably do one more Christmas house before Christmas Day. And then that's going to be pretty much it for the Christmas builds on the channel. I did plan on doing about 2 more than I have done, but if you guys have watched my previous speed build, if you haven't, I will link it up in the top right hand corner right now. And I had mentioned that my job in real life, I work over Christmas. I work quite a lot over Christmas, so it was a little bit of a reach, me saying that I wanted to get all this done, and I knew it was a bit ambitious. Unfortunately, it just hasn't come to fruition, but it's all right. It's one of those things. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make the content that comes out the best that I can, so that you guys can obviously enjoy it. But I definitely want to do one more Christmas build before the year is up, so you can expect at least one more on the channel, even if it's just a Christmas apartment. I haven't quite decided what I want it to be yet, because as I said, the next speed build on the channel will be a big generations family home, so look out for that one. So yes, I'm currently working on the exterior of the build here, and I definitely wanted this house to be cozy and rustic and just true to the sort of wooden cabin style. So I'm hoping we achieve that with this. And I did end up using the pond tool as well, just to create this little pond on the right hand side, just because I wanted the build itself to be quite small. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is a house that your Sims would live in day to day. It's probably more like a getaway sort of house. I have uploaded it as just a residential lot, so there's nothing special about it. But if you wanted to turn it into more of a holiday home, I suppose, then you absolutely can. It was definitely catered more towards that, and you'll see that more when we get to the inside. But we are now just working on some landscaping here, and it's funny because in my previous speed build, which as I said I have linked just about a minute or 2 ago, I did talk about how I was building in summer so that I could see how everything looked in a different season. Now, because this collaboration build is specifically for winter, I decided to build the house in winter because it made more sense in my head. I did check it out in summer off camera just so that I could lay down some sort of like terrain paint, just to make sure that it looked as good as it could, just in case you guys do want to play in a different season other than winter. But just know that this house is specifically designed to be played in winter, so just keep that in your mind if you do decide to play in sort of spring, summer, or even autumn. It does look absolutely fine, but it definitely looks a lot better in winter. So I ended up using a lot of items from Seasons and also the holiday pack that we got as a free update quite a few years ago now. Now, funny story, when I was at this point of the house, I had actually forgotten that it was supposed to be a winter Wonderland themed house. therefore it needed to be quite Christmassy. And it was right here when I placed this bench from Snowy Escape, which by the way I absolutely love. I was like, I'll put a little picnic basket on here, and then I thought, hang on a minute, this is supposed to be Christmas themed. So then you'll see me start introducing, slowly but surely, Christmas themed items, but I definitely did forget about it up until this point, which is quite funny, but it all worked out in the end. There was a Christmas tree inside, there's presents, there's all sorts of stuff, and I am really, really happy with this build actually. I normally do houses that are quite a bit bigger than this, so this is definitely something new for me, but I had a really, really good time doing it. I really did. So I hope that comes across in the build. But I love this decking area that we've got out here as well. So there's a hot tub, there's a seating area, there's a barbecue. I did want to put a parasol over here just to cover the hot tub, and then I didn't really like how it looked. Just on the outside in general, I just didn't like how it looked. So I ended up removing that. But I don't often, I'll rephrase, I never put hot tubs in my builds, so for this to have a hot tub, it's quite a luxury really. But I just thought, because it's more of like a getaway sort of winter cabin, I thought a hot tub would be absolutely perfect. I have been to, there's a place that my husband and I go to, it's more of a lodge rather than a cabin, and they have outdoor hot tubs. And I had a moment of clarity, and I was like, I should probably include a hot tub in this build. I could have probably put some sort of roofing piece over that with some columns. Looking back, I'm not quite sure why I did not do that, but anyway, if you want to add one, then you are more than welcome to. And I actually tried to use the hot tub from the base game that we got as a very disappointing update for one of the Sims anniversaries. I think that was a couple of years ago now, and then I was like, oh, I can't put that out there. So I end up using this one. I cannot for the life of me remember which pack it's from. Something like Spa Day, or I really don't know. I don't know. I'm not even going to try and guess because I'm not entirely sure. So you'll just see me adding a few more items outside. Like I said, the barbecue, and we ended up putting a really nice bonfire outside so your Sims can roast some marshmallows, and I just thought that was a really nice idea. I would absolutely love to stay in a cabin like this over winter. Can you imagine like sitting in the living room in front of the fire with a cup of hot chocolate or a Bailey's, you know, whatever you want to do, and like looking outside and there's just snow falling? I would love that. And the views on this lot look stunning from this house because it is on stilts, so it's set quite high up. I didn't want to set it too far up because it would start to look a bit silly, but it's on stilts, so I just think it looks really, really nice. So now we're onto the interior of the house. I do end up changing the placement of the stairs, and I did it off camera because it took me a good 10-15 minutes to try and work out the floor plan upstairs. I knew that I wanted the entire downstairs to be completely open plan, and then there's just one bedroom and one bathroom upstairs, and then there's like a little reading area as well just off the bedroom. So there we go. So the stairs have just been moved there, everything else has remained the same, and we use these kitchen counters, the recolors that came with a very recent base game update. I haven't had a chance to use this swatch yet, and I thought this house was kind of the perfect opportunity to use them, and I think they work really, really well. So on the inside here, it's quite dark compared to what I would normally do, I would say, and of course having to use the fireplace from the Snowy Escape pack because it just works really, really well. But yes, the kitchen, I wanted it to be kind of its own space, but as well as being open plan to the rest of the downstairs. So I'm hoping we kind of I got that across with this because honestly the interior stumped me for the longest time, and I was getting really, really frustrated, and I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to do this. So I had to, we even took the dogs for a walk. I did the exterior, and then I got really frustrated about the inside, and then we were like, should we take the dogs for a walk so you can have a break? And I was like, yes, that's a very good idea. So that's exactly what we did. And then I came back refreshed and ready to go, and this is what we came up with. So I didn't go too over the top, I don't think, with the Christmas decorations. You guys may disagree, but I just go through a few different options, which I do end up leaving in the speed build because you guys can see sort of my thought process when I'm looking at picking out items, etc. It's not the most logical thought process in the world because I'm not always the most logical person, but we get there in the end, and that's the main thing, right? If you can get the end product there, it doesn't really matter, does it? So the kitchen is pretty much finished right now, and then we move on to the living room. But I do pull out some of the holiday items and just have a quick test to see if I like any of them in the kitchen. And I thought the snowflakes just looked a little bit too busy, a little bit too much, and I ended up taking them out. Now, please don't be upset that I've put kitchen cabinets in front of floor-to-ceiling windows. I tried off camera to use different windows and it just didn't look right. Now, what I didn't do is I didn't put any blinds or curtains in front of any of the windows apart from the ones in the bedroom. So I think I deserve a pat on the back for that, but I do apologise about the counters in front of the windows. If that bugs you, I'm really sorry. If it bugs you that much, please feel free to change them if you download this house. But I tried it and it just didn't look right, so I'm sorry. Anyway, this is the living room. It's quite small because I wanted to put a Christmas tree in here. So if you decide to play not in Christmas and you want to remove some of the Christmas items, then it would free up some space on the right hand side there. So I don't think that's a bad idea, to be fair. But like I said, it's designed to be played during Christmas time or during the winter. So feel free to do with it what you like. That's all I'm saying. This little area here, I had no idea what I wanted to do because I had an idea of putting a bookshelf upstairs. I could have put a bookshelf down here too, but there's already one upstairs. There is a chess table down here too, which is something that I never include in my builds, but I just thought it would be nice if your sim couples came here, even on their honeymoon or something, and they played chess on a morning with the morning coffee and just looked out and onto that view. I thought it'd be really romantic. So that was the thought process there. So there is a chess table here. Chess tables from the base game and the chairs are from Paranormal because those chairs are some of my absolute favourites. And then off camera I do end up putting some presents under the tree. I did get my sim to decorate the tree in game, so I don't know whether it'll be decorated when you guys download this house. That would be interesting. But is anyone else having a glitch where you say to like set your sims to put like the bottom under the tree and then like put a present pile under the tree and then it just doesn't happen? Everything else is fine, the ornaments, the garlands and the star or the topper, and then the bottom of the tree and the presents just don't appear. It's really weird. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but if you're also having that problem, then please let me know because it's a little bit annoying. I wanted the tree to not look bare, so it's minor. It's just a little bit irritating, that's all. So the downstairs, I think the downstairs is pretty much done now. I do end up going back down and just adding some items here and there as and when I pick them up in the catalogue, but we are now moving on to the upstairs. So this is where the one and only bedroom is, and there is an ensuite just to the right there, and I do end up putting a bath in front of this big beautiful arched window so your sims can enjoy a bath and take in the views of Windenburg. So nice. I wish I could stay here. So bedroom, it's a decent size, obviously because the staircase is in the bedroom. I didn't really feel a need to put a hallway in here. It just seemed kind of pointless. So and I like that it comes straight into the bedroom. I think it adds a little bit of charm and character to the house, so that we end up just keeping it in here. So the bedroom is actually quite neutral compared to the rest of the house. I suppose the rest of the house is quite neutral in the like the colours that I've used, but they're much darker. The bedroom I do use lighter swatches of items, and then I struggle so badly trying to pick out curtains for the windows, and I've no idea why. Normally I just pick out a curtain and I'm like, yep, that's done. But during a speed build it looks like I didn't spend too long on it, but trust me, the curtain stumped me in this room and I was really annoyed by it. So I do section off the stairs just with a half wall here so that I could put a dressing table there, which I thought was quite a good use of the space. And again, I didn't put any curtains or blinds in front of those windows there, so I thought your sims could just take in the views again as they're coming up or when they're going down the stairs. I thought that worked really, really well. So this is where I go back and find items from the catalogue and start putting them on the ground floor, because the base game has just received a new update with some like festive themed items. So I'd completely forgotten that we'd got them, and then so I sifted through base game just to have a look and see what we got. This ribbon was one of them. I think that is so cute. I can't cope with that. These aprons as well. Oh my god, they're so sweet. So I'll put them on the wall there. Something else I never include in my builds is the temperature gauge from Seasons. I put it in this one. I thought it was a nice touch. I thought it was just kind of true to the style of the cabin. So that ends up going in there too. And yeah, there's not really much else to say, to be honest, guys. It's really weird because normally I would do quite like a larger house, and this one's kind of on the small side for me. So because I've only got like 16 minutes to talk, I feel like I have to try and wrap it up somewhere half decent so that I'm not rushing at the end like I normally do. But there's only a minute left of the speed build footage right now, and then the rest of it's screenshots. So this is the Ensuite. It's small but functional, and I think it actually turned out really, really nice. And if you haven't noticed, that hanging plant from the new kit is my all-time favorite hanging plant. I have used it in every single build since that kit was released. So this is the last room, so I am going to wrap up here, you guys. But you can get this house from the gallery right now. My origin ID is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, will be linked down in the description box below. You can get them from SimFileShare for free, but as I said, I will try and link as many people who took part in this collaboration as I can. So please go and check out their content. But thank you so much for joining me here today, everyone. You guys take care, and I will see you next time I post a video. Bye!